Wales Steve Tandy reflects on Dublin defeat. Best performance of my tenure. Despite narrow loss, Wales head coach Steve Tandy has described his side's 10-point loss to Ireland at the Aviva Stadium as the best performance of his tenure, even though the final score read 27-17 in favor of the hosts. Despite the defeat, the rookie test-level coach refused to apportion blame to the match officials, acknowledging two key decisions that went against his team, but emphasizing that the lessons from the game lie with the players themselves. The match marked Tandy's 8th test in charge since succeeding Warren Gatland after an interim period under Matt Sherratt. Wales have struggled to find consistency under his stewardship, winning just one of these 8 matches in only 2 of their last 27 games since the Rugby World Cup 2023. However, Tandy believes the performance in Dublin is evidence of progress in his squad, highlighting growth in mindset, discipline, and game intelligence. The contentious moments. Penalty against Wales and forward pass. One of the key moments in the second half occurred in the lead-up to Ireland's post-interval try scored by Jack Conan. The Welsh defense had successfully held the Irish through a dominant first 40 minutes, trailing only 12-10 thanks to Rhys Carre's mesmerizing try just before the interval. However, a controversial penalty was awarded against Wales after the restart, which allowed Conan to score a try that put Ireland 9 points clear. The penalty decision stemmed from a play originally intended to restart with an Irish lineout. The ball had deflected off Lewis Rhys-Zammit following a tackle by Robert Baloucoune, but referee Carl Dixon signaled a penalty for Wales, allowing Jamison Gibson-Park to quickly tap and go. Tandy, asked about the decision, was measured in his response. "There's lots of stuff we could go over," Tandy said, "but ultimately we're not a team that probably gets the rub of the green at the minute. You look at the penalty count away from home, it's 13-7. We only conceded 7 penalties despite making 280 tackles. For us, we feel we have to build that reputation, and again, it is something we're working tirelessly at." He emphasized that dwelling on a single decision would not help the team. "We came away from home, and we are building more of a reputation in and around that penalty count," he said. "It was there to see in the autumn how many penalties we gave away and against England, so we need to continue to build that reputation." The second contentious incident involved a potential forward pass in the lead-up to Ireland's bonus point try, scored by Jamie Osborne. The ball from Jacob Stockdale to Conan was questioned, but Tandy refused to overanalyze the moment. "Yeah, I did have a look at it. I was trying to get some messages on. Look, that's where we are at the minute. It's fine margins in test match sport, isn't it?" Tandy said, "For us as a group, I'm not going to sit here and quibble about 1 or 2 moments in a game because there are so many moments in the games. The only thing that's going to get us better is ourselves. It isn't going to change the result now. There are bits, but we got to build experience in these situations." Tandy also praised Dewi Lake's leadership. The young captain had been actively communicating with the referee during the game, gaining valuable experience in managing such tight, high-stakes situations. "I think Dewi is growing as a captain, how he's getting messages on, how he sees it. He's becoming outstanding at working closely with referees. I did ask the question and looked at it a few times as well, but it didn't happen." He explained that Wales' resilience despite the deficit, despite the contentious decisions. Tandy was full of praise for his squad's performance, describing it as his best in charge for a range of reasons. Wales went into the interval trailing by only 2 points, and the team's defensive organization, skill execution, and mental toughness were all commendable. As much as you'll see a lot of toughness in our group, there was a lot of skill around the defense as well. There were a lot of good reads. I thought some of the young backs got up high on edges to put pressure on Ireland's skill, Tandy said. On another day, a couple of bounces could have gone different ways, and we could have flipped that field, but I thought the mindset of the group was outstanding. Wales' attacking moments, while not enough to secure the win, showed flashes of the creativity and precision the team is trying to build under Tandy. Rhys Carre's try just before halftime was described as a thing of beauty, highlighting the young forward's ability to break defensive lines under pressure. Tandy also stressed that international sport is full of fine margins. A single bounce of the ball or split-second decision can change the outcome, and while Wales were competitive throughout, they must continue developing resilience and decision-making under pressure, Building reputation and reducing penalties, one of Tandy's recurring points, was the importance of Wales building a reputation for discipline. Conceding penalties, particularly away from home, has been a historical challenge for the side. While the penalty count in Dublin was 13-7, Tandy stressed that the team is working to reduce infringements and create a culture where referees view them as a disciplined, professional side. You look at how much Ireland threw at us. There are always things we want to go back to, but there's other things in the game that we could have still added more to it, Tandy said. We are asking this group at every training session, how can we accelerate? But also we have to accelerate faster than others because ultimately we are 12th in the world for a reason. So, I don't think there's a God-given right to win games. Building this reputation is seen as a gradual process, but Tandy is confident the young squad is learning the importance of discipline while still playing with flair and aggression. Progress under Steve Tandy despite the loss. Tandy sees tangible progress in the squad's development. He acknowledged the group has grown since the start of his tenure, particularly in terms of understanding game management, defensive structure, and communication on the field. Yes, probably this was the best performance of my era, for different reasons, Tandy reflected. Going away from home when you think back to England. This group, like I say all the time, are unbelievable to work with. They're always learning and growing. There's been a lot of growth as well. When you think of the start we had in England and where we've come to this performance, it tells you so much about the group, the learning, and where we want to go to. The coach also highlighted the development of the younger backs and forwards, praising how they maintained composure and executed under pressure. The way the group are developing, the mindset, the skill execution, and the way they learn from situations like this, that's what's encouraging, he said. Looking ahead. Wales versus Italy. Tandy was careful not to assume that the encouraging performance against Ireland automatically translates into a victory in their upcoming round 5 clash at home against Italy. International sport doesn't work like that. We can't cut corners, he said. There's still the reality check of just because we have had performances that are creating confidence and belief in our group, we haven't got a God-given right to go and get a win against Italy next Saturday because they have grown. They went through a similar thing to us for a long period of time, and it took a while to get there. He added, I do believe the win is around the corner for us, but that one will only come if, when we start back on Monday, we get better at what we do. We have to recover really well. We have to come back and on Monday, prepare to earn the right to get into situations where we can win games. Tandy emphasized that consistent improvement and hard work and training are non-negotiable if Wales are to convert performances into results. Player development and learning central to Tandy's philosophy is ensuring the squad gains experience in handling high-pressure international scenarios. Players like Dewi Lake, Rhys Carre, and the young backs are being groomed not just for tactical execution, but for leadership, communication with referees, and maintaining composure under adversity. That conclusion, while a 27-17 loss is never ideal, Steve Tandy is determined to frame the performance in Dublin as a step forward for Welsh rugby. His reflections show a coach focused on long-term growth rather than short-term frustration with refereeing decisions. The squad's discipline, composure, and learning from marginal moments, combined with the development of emerging leaders like Dewi Lake and the skill of players like Rhys Carre and Rhys Carre, form the foundation of Tandy's vision.